What is good, EssTV gang? Back with another Elden Ring video today, and I'm sure you saw the title. We're gonna touch base on a few things. From Software released their latest patch, fixing a bunch of bugs. Today, we're gonna address some of them, and why you clicked it, we're gonna put the test on if they actually nerfed Rivers of Blood and its Corpse Piler special skill. Okay, so before we get into that, please don't forget to like this video, drop that comment, and you better subscribe, hit the bell for post notifications. Link to the Elden Ring playlist is in the pinned comment for other content. Please go check that out after this. So, before we do anything, I heard that in order to get this effect, you have to update your game, and before it takes effect, you have to, once you're in your game, take off your clothes or weapons and re-equip them, talismans, everything for them to be updated with the patch. So as you can see, this is what I'm rocking. I know, pretty plebbish. I'm doing Urtree's favor until I replace it. I need them equip load. I got the Source Seal, I've got that Crimson Dagger, and yeah, I'm also running Mog's little talisman thing where it affects the blood loss affinity or whatever, raises your attack power 30 seconds. So right now we're just here at everyone's famous chicken farm, yeah, and we're gonna attack these guys. So as you can see, we got about 1300 on a full Corpse Piler special. Okay, and that was just on those enemies, they had less health. On the full proc, on the tougher enemies there, we max out at 1830. Now, so far so good. That was the initial damage output. Testing it here at the same location on the same enemies with Corpse Piler. And I do die a couple times here, so we're gonna move on to just the light combos. You roughly get about 700 to 800 on a light attack still, so far nothing's changed there either. And we're just gonna do a little bit of light attacks, mixing it up with heavy attacks, just to get a feel for it. So far I did mark it down. Unfortunately, I did record pre-patch before I updated damage output, and the video didn't save because I didn't have enough room on my capture gallery. So as of right now, I can be the first to tell you, well, maybe not, but I am here to tell you that so far so good, folks. Rivers of Blood seems to still be effective. Corpse Piler hasn't been affected. You see me here trying to do a couple jump attacks to, get a variation on damage. We usually get a jump attack in of about 700 damage. That, again, that's still the same. So I heard a lot of people asking, or in the community, they're wondering, a lot of people have been spamming this build. It is a good PvE for, story, getting you through it. A lot of people been using it in PvP, but that also brings us to my next point here. This is just going to be a quick video. Okay, so right now, as I'm looking here at the patch notes, I'm just going to touch base on a few of them key points. All right, we have new features, adding an option to turn off auto rotation function, your camera on and off. So I don't really play with that. It doesn't really matter to me. And yeah, so moving on, we got some new event phases for the NPC patches. The beloved patches, apparently he's graced many Souls games before. This is my first Soulsborne experience. I'm glad I waited because it was a great introductory feel for the whole From Software formula. And again, we're just gonna touch base on a few of the key points in this update. We got a lot of balance adjustments, increasing colossal swords, weapon attack speed, and lowering the recovery time. Jump attacks not included, of course. Increase the two-handed attack damage of colossal swords, colossal weapons. Jump attack not included again. Increase physical block rate and guard boost of the colossal sword, colossal weapon, great sword, great hammer, great axe, great spear, and halberd weapon classes. So that's pretty hefty. Increases the damage of the grafted blade greatsword. Increases the damage of the devour scepter. Decrease the scaling of status effect buildup from spells and incantations of Albionuric staff and Dragon Communion seal. I see people running that a lot lately. That is huge. Decreasing the effect of Great Shield Talisman for weapons with high block rate. That kind of, I guess, really, like the last couple here, shorten the length of madness afflicted animation. Like, I guess these are kind of nerfed because if you continued going. It lowered the speed of madness buildup recovery slightly, increased FP and stamina growth rate at lower levels. So, it's kind of a bit of both worlds. They definitely did a couple massive nerfs that aren't being talked about, and I'm going to touch base on them. So it says players will need to perform any of the following actions for the changes to be reflected after patch, I guess. This is required only once. New characters created after this update will not require this action. Level up, activate Godric's Great Rune, re-equipping any equipment, armor, talisman, blah, 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 which grants stats, intelligence, whatever. Okay, other enemy and weapon balance changes. So this is where we get into the nitty and gritty, folks. These are the 3 major nerfs so far in the patch notes. This is what I'm gonna deem a nerf, because out of these 3 incantations / spells, they are pretty prominent in most of the meta builds. Swarm of Flies being in a River of Blood, Flame of Frenzy being on like the Madness Faith Arcane build. So here they are, folks. Swarm of Flies, decrease blood loss buildup on enemy. That puts a shaft in anyone who's using the Rivers of Blood build, like a blood loss build, and they're also slinging that Swarm of Flies. Unfortunately, that took a major hit, as well as the other 2, the Flame of Frenzy and Frenzy Burst, both being decreased madness buildup on the enemy. I've seen a lot of new builds lately where they're centered around the madness buildup and people are just getting wiped. But I'm really surprised Rivers of Blood didn't suffer too much on the Corpse Piler. They kind of affected the Swarm of Flies if you're running that in this build, so you can get around that. But the whole Flame of Frenzy and Frenzy Burst, like that's the new meta, man. Like, I'm glad they went on that quick, because it really is kind of broken. I haven't really seen anything looking at the full patch notes about Carrion Retaliation. There was a little bit of balancing on Greatsword, that you can swing it faster, lower FP costs, yada yada. But anyways, I just wanted to hit you guys with a quick little video telling y'all no, Rivers of Blood did not get nerfed. I just did a little quick demonstration showcase. I wish I had got that video from beforehand to show you guys side by side, but you can still continue the Rivers of Blood build, especially for main like story. I don't know if I would do that anymore in PvP anyways, because you look hella hurting. But I'm using it, so I can't say shit. A lot of these people with the whole new frenzy builds going on, they're just wiping the floor with everybody. They're not even really taking damage, and they're like eating you alive. So it's interesting to see that they nerfed that and they haven't nerfed Rivers of Blood, unless there's something I'm missing here, and how they still haven't nerfed Transient Moonlight. But really, I don't think that it's calls for a nerf. There's a lot more broken and overpowered things in the game right now. So yeah, there you have it, folks. That was just quick getting at you with a couple of the new major updates in patch 1.06. It was 0.004. That's what you want to call it technically. That's it for today. If you guys enjoyed the little update and info, please don't forget to like the video, drop that comment, and you better subscribe. Until next time on EssTV, ladies and gentlemen, I'll catch y'all and the Elden Ring community on the next Elden Ring gameplay video. You know who it is.